Hello YouTube, Joseph Crickmore here, and happy 2026. Happy New Year to everybody. I know, it's long overdue to say Happy New Year, but, you know, for my first full video on the channel for the year, I just thought I'd say Happy New Year. I know, it's not the first video of the year. It's fine. It's my first video that'll be longer than 5 minutes for the year, so haha. And because, just some updates for you all. This is going to be a year of, probably some uncertainty for me in terms of how this channel will progress. I would hope to reach the 1K sub goal by the end of the year, but I know that's practically impossible unless somehow this channel blows up to astronomical proportions. Even still, there is plenty of stuff that I should have wrapped up last year before the end of the year. I apologize for not doing so. Things just kind of happen. And, but here we are. With this video, yes, I know, a part 3 to a video that did not exactly do as well as I thought it would. I'm still salty over the part 2 video. I don't get it. How do you go from a video that gets upwards of 1,000 views to a video that gets barely 20? I don't get it. What did I do differently? So in any case, yes, I'm here for a third video. Yes, because surely a third one will do good. And for anyone that apparently has gotten this far and didn't read the video description or the thumbnail or the title, this is a part 3 of a series where I recommend 10 novels and manga that should get an anime adaptation. Although lately it's mostly just been mangas. It should also be known we're going to talk about some updates from the previous videos. I brought up Hell Mode in a previous video. It finally has an anime, which will be covered on the channel eventually. I just have to make sure I read enough of its source material so that I'm ready to go for Hell Mode. I'm also waiting for it to get dubbed. High Dive has this weird thing of waiting so long to dub shows. It's ridiculous. So without any further ado, this is the third part of 10 more manga and light novels that should get an anime. This is part 3. And we are going to start off with a banger. You've all seen Kaiju number 8, right? Well, what if we had a main character who was a kaiju, but a girl, and it was mostly a rom-com? That's how I describe our first pick of the video, number 21, Kaiju Girl Caramelis. I remember finding this one by accident at my bookstore one day, and thinking to myself, this already seems like a fun premise just off of that. So well, let's read the description, of course. Suffering from a rare, incurable illness that causes frightening changes to her body, loner Kuroe Akaishi spends her high school days avoiding all her classmates, especially class idol Arata Minami and his groupies. But when Arata starts making her heart skip a beat with irritating regularity, Kuroe discovers that her illness actually has a big, make that monster, secret. Romance turns her into Lovezilla. Literally. Oh. In a day and age where Godzilla is mainstream more than ever before, as well as adjacent kaiju stuff like Kaiju number 8, I think this one will do really good as an anime. Hear me out. It's basically the kind of situation that is, what was that other one that released really recently? The Gorilla Gods Go-To Girl, which is basically like a romance series for girls, and there's elements in there. I think that's basically this, but for kaiju fans. And you know what? I think it's worth a shot. I'm not usually a person that reads these kinds of series. This is definitely new territory for me. But I think it would be charming. I think it would be wholesome. I think it should get adapted. Now you feel like number one, shining bright for everyone. Alrighty, we're gonna go right into the next one. Number 22, The War of Greedy Witches. Yes, there's a lot of people talk about this one if you're fans of Record of Ragnarok. And if you've seen my channel lately, yes, Record of Ragnarok was literally the last show I covered last year. I know, I could have done episodes of any of the other shows I had left on hiatus, but no, I did Record of Ragnarok before the year was over. But if you like that show, you'll love The War of Greedy Witches. It's a different kind of tournament. It's not a first to 7 wins win situation. It's more of a typical bracket between, and I quote, 32 women. As in 32 of the most famous women in history. Now let me set up why they're fighting, of course. What is it you desire? Having dedicated her life to serving others, the hero of France, Jeanne d'Arc, wants nothing at all. But at the time of her execution, she is thrust into a strange new world and given the power of a witch. In this world, 32 of the most famous women in history are brought together in a fight to the death to make their greatest wishes come true. As the tournament begins, Jeanne must soon discover the greed that hides deep within her heart. And so it's basically a more typical bracket of 32, and then it'll get to 16, to 8, and all the way down to the end. But I bring it up because for any fan of Record of Ragnarok, it's that same format. Even down to copying their covers for their manga. Down to copying the style of their covers, which are amazing art, might I say. Trust me, I think, give it some time, War of Greedy Witches will be animated. Mark my words. I'm saying it right now. It will. Watch it happen. Now you feel like number one, shining bright for everyone. Alrighty, next up, number 23. I got caught up in a hero summons, but the other world was at peace. A lot of people refer to this one just simply as Isekai at Peace. It's a very charming series. I've only read a small chunk of it, but I've heard things about it. It gets actually kind of funny and more wholesome than it is. It's fun to read. You don't have to worry too much about it. It's a fun read. So, Miyama Kaito is no hero. He's just a normal university student who gets caught up in a hero summons with an actual hero. But even hero is just a ceremonial role these days, ever since the Demon Lord was killed centuries ago. In a world where demons are chill, nobles are no longer corrupt, wars are a distant memory, and there are no more epic quests to complete, what's a regular guy to do? Why, build a harem, of course. I find it hard to believe, though, that a world with no corrupt nobles sounds way too idealistic. But it is such a fun read. I've only read, though, like, the earliest chapters. I think I read, 10 of them? 10 chapters of it? I have to keep going, of course. It is such a fun read. It is so worth it. Considering the tiniest little bit of spoiler that I learned by accident, oh, this series is going to be so good. It's so good. Oh my goodness. It's straight up a fantasy rom-com that is with an isekai setting just because it can. There's no other reason for it. It's fun. It's relaxing. It's like Frieren. It's calming. It doesn't have anything too stressful or anxiety-inducing. It's just wholesome. It's cute. It's amazing. What more is there to say about it?
Now you feel like number one, shining bright for everyone.
Okay, next up, number 24. I'm kind of cheating here a little, because this one did get announced for an anime, and it's going to be handled by Cygames, which did handle the legendary Uma Musume adaptation last year. Or was it the year before? No, I think it was last year. And so Cygames is gaining this big reputation for being able to do something great. So I'm crossing my fingers they handle this one good, but I'm not entirely sure if they are handling this one. But it was announced for an anime. So my original list had it. Like, I knew what it was, but because of that announcement, I didn't want to remove it. Oh, what am I talking about? Oh, just the awesomeness that is Kagurabachi. Oh, if you people love Bleach, Demon Slayer, maybe even parts of Jujutsu Kaisen, I guess you can even make the argument for maybe... No. I'm going on a tangent. My point is, if you love those shows, oh, you will love Kagurabachi. Chihiro Rokuhira's father, Kunishige, is the most famous swordsmith in the land. Thanks to his 6 enchanted blades, the war that has been gripping the nation ends and peaceful days follow. After the war, he retrieves all 6 blades and hides them in the cellar of his workshop. But sorcerers raid his home and leave Kunishige dead in front of Chihiro. Many years later, Chihiro wields Kunishige's 7th and final enchanted blade on a mission to retrieve the stolen swords. As a young boy, Chihiro trains every day under his father to become a swordsmith. Although different in temperament, the two spend peaceful days laughing and working together. But one day, tragedy strikes. Now, Chihiro burns with hatred and sets out to exact revenge. Following clues left behind by a ruthless Yakuza organization, Chihiro confronts the Hishaku, a deadly group of sorcerers that may be behind his father's murder. And it's so good. I've only read the first 15 chapters of Kagurabachi, but it's already amazing. It's a series that made a goldfish scary and badass at the same time. I am not exaggerating. So I hope it's handled well, but I did cheat a little because it is getting an anime, so it doesn't need to be in this video at all. But I'm going to put my thoughts out there right now for Kagurabachi. When it gets animated, oh, it's getting on the channel. Oh, it's coming to the channel. Absolutely.
Now you feel like number one, shining bright for everyone.
The next one on this video, number 25, is Galaxius. This is a manga I was recommended to by a friend. I don't have any personal experience with this one. And its physical manga doesn't even come out until February. But I will read the description of it. I kind of have an idea about it. But, so let's just go through it. In a distant corner of the Lanikia Kingdom, humans live alongside powerful beings with strange tales known as dragonfolk. A girl named Gio, whose father has forbidden her from leaving the remote island where they live, yearns to escape the confines of this quiet countryside and explore the world. Everything changes in the moment when Gio meets the mysterious Nereid, who claims to have lost all his memories. The revelations keep coming as Gio realizes that her father's kept her hidden because the whole world is hunting her. Whoa. Setting Gio and Nereid on a path to find the world's most intrepid explorer, Yuri Holst. Could this living legend be the solution to Gio's problems? Strange lands and uncharted waters await. Let the grand adventure begin. That's all I know about it. I didn't even touch the chapters yet. I don't know anything else. It already sounds like a fun premise to me. And just by the fact that I was given this recommendation, I think it should get animated. It's probably too new to get the anime treatment, And considering that there was another one I had like going to put in this video, also got the anime announcement, which was Ruri Dragon, which that one's also really good. So I'm really looking forward to Ruri Dragon's anime as well. But I think Alexius should get animated. What do you think, people?
Now you feel like number one, shining bright for everyone.
The next one on this list, number 26. Remember back in the fall of 25 when the Anime Ref covered Infinite Gacha and we were having a ball? Those videos are somehow so... They're getting such attention compared to other reaction videos. And remember when people, before it even released, were talking trash about it because they thought it would be like some trashy gacha slop that, you know, didn't feel like it would have substance, which I knew they were all going to be proven wrong. The show they were actually describing is this manga, Gacha Girl Core.
Bruh.
I know. I just said it. It's literally the story that everyone thought Infinite Gacha would be. And that's what this is. And you'll see when I read the description. There's also a lot of gacha puns in it. Bear with me.
Eventually.
You are guaranteed to have the adventure of a lifetime. Ready for an adventure that's out of this world? We've got you covered.
Oh, brother.
Noral's a cutting-edge cutie with a cutting edge who's a cut above the rest. Heihachi's just your average mobile game addict with a whale-sized hole in his wallet. But one day he pulls an item that pulls him into another world, spinning his life around with the spin of a gacha.
Bruh.
Attacked by monsters and left without options, Heihachi does what he knows best. Roll gacha. To his surprise, he watches his unit materialize before his eyes. Heihachi's used to seeing cute girls pop up on his phone, but he's never seen one pop out of his phone. Join him on his quest to collect OPUR cuties. That's overpowered ultra rare cuties. Yeah, as much as I cringe reading this description with all the gacha puns, I think this should be adapted. How often do you see a gacha series adapted at all? And I don't mean Infinite Gacha, because that's just a tool for the sake of a fantasy setting. I meant a series like this. When I was first looking into if gacha was ever a concept in an anime or a manga, this is the one I found first. Well, technically I found it the same day as Infinite Gacha all those years ago, but my point still stands. This is funny. This is Konosuba Kimono Michi levels of funny. When I read this. No, seriously, this needs to get adapted. This needs to get adapted. Oh, it'll be so good.
Now you feel like number one, shining bright for everyone.
Alrighty, the next one on the list, number 27. I hesitated putting this on here because it's a weird case, because if it ever gets animated, how in the world are they gonna pull it off? What? What am I talking about? Oh, you know, just Minecraft the manga. Yes, it's a real thing. Translated by Viz Media. I'll read the description, you'll see what I mean. Peaceful life in a perfectly constructed town bores 10-year-old Nico into mischief. Riding creepers while they explode is fun and all, but what he really wants is to escape the blocky confines of his home and take his crafting skills on an adventure to the end of the world. The end. You know, in Minecraft. Just how big is the world anyway, and what could stand in his way? Nico gets his chance to prove how strong he's become when zombies attack. After modding an innovative solution to repel the undead foes, Nico earns the right to go on an adventure he's always wanted. But right away, he runs into another zombie, and this one can talk. through the Minecraft world in his first official manga. See, this is a case where I don't even know if this is legally possible. The fact that it is a manga already, written by Kazuyoshi Seto, it's definitely unique. But the issue becomes, how do you animate it? It's Minecraft. I think there are even a few panels that are basically just game screenshots. How do you animate this? It's Minecraft. That's the only thing holding it back, by the way. Its story so far is amazing. Because it has a power system. That's right. You thought series that have power systems were only reserved for the actual manga and anime, like Nen, Chakra, Cursed Energy, Stands, Negation Abilities, Devils, Magic, Grimoires, the Magoi, if you know Magi. No. Minecraft somehow finds a way to make a power system in a series where it's just a game. What do? They turn the concept of mods into a power system in universe. So characters with mod abilities have like a tattoo on them somewhere, and it gives them access to an ability that feels like a godly thing to them, but to us, they're just mods. Like the main character Nico, his mod ability, and this isn't a spoiler, I'm enticing you to read this. His mod ability is the ability to craft anything without a crafting table. He crafts by just thinking about what he wants to create. He can also create his own recipes. He doesn't have to stick to standard recipes. And it's great. It's amazing. Also, he creates things that are not in Minecraft. There's one more thing. I'm going to put a panel of it on screen. There's a specific way that the panels do, you know, that gag or that trope where there's like a different drawn face for the sake of comedy. Like if they have like a large eye pupils, or like it seems like their eyes are going to pop out of their head, or that blank expression when they don't care. You know, that kind of trope, that gag. When they do it in the Minecraft manga, it just looks like a Minecraft sprite in-game. And it's so funny. They turn the deadpan expressions of an NPC skin from the game into a way to show comedy in this manga. It's amazing. I've talked enough about it. It needs to be animated, but I'm worried about how.
Now you feel like number one, shining bright for everyone.
Number 28 on the list. The Boy Who Ruled the Monsters. It's another Banished from the Heroes Party story, in the sense that that's how it starts. Except it has weird quirks about it. And let me explain. We'll read the description first of all. Black Tiger was a party of 5 up-and-coming prodigy adventurers known as the Miracle Children. Among these big names, Soul was the black sheep, mocked for being useless, treated like a grunt, and eventually kicked out. But the truth is, he has a rare and powerful talent: player. This godlike talent allows him to buff his allies and control the flow of battle. To achieve his dream of conquering every dungeon, he starts gathering new companions to create the ultimate party, and ends up summoning a dragon. Yeah, it also recently got a manga adaptation in the first place. I was reading it when it was just a novel. So this one counts for a novel and a manga. What I mean by weird quirk about it is that he wasn't kicked out of the party per se. More like the only other guys in the party wanted him out because they thought he was dead weight. They didn't quite understand that Soul was buffing them this whole time. That's how strong Player is for him. He buffed all of them so that they became the Miracle Children. Because funny enough, Soul was the only one that actually got a skill when they found out about it. And because he didn't want his friends to feel depressed or sad that they didn't have anything, he buffed them into thinking that they were hot stuff. And the girls of the party did find out, but they kept it to themselves, and they sided with Soul when the time came for him being kicked out. They didn't like it either. But my goodness, how quickly the story shifts after that. My goodness, Player is... it's stronger than you think. I like the direction of it. Most other Banished from Hero Party stories tend to get either very chill after the initial incident, or the person just lives their life with new companions and they don't quite care about their old party members. But this is a series that almost changes genres because of what Soul decides to do. Right? And it's so good. You need to read it. It is such a fun read.
Now you feel like number one, shining bright for everyone.
Number 29 on this list is The Ideal Sponger Life. Yes, I know, I'm cheating again. This is the second one on this video. Look, the announcement that this was getting an anime was years ago. Have we gotten a trailer? A teaser? Official announcements outside the first announcement? I don't see anything. Therefore, it's fair game. It's fair game. I'll read the description and then we'll go over the status of this one. Zenjiro has lived his life as a run-of-the-mill office drone, but an unexpected flash of magic brings him before a beautiful queen who wants him to marry her? What's more, if he accepts, he'll never have to work another day in his life. All he'd have to do is lounge around living the good life, freeloading off a drop-dead gorgeous monarch. Well, that kind of doesn't last long, actually, but that's basically the setup for all of this. Sounds too good to be true? There's a catch. If he accepts, he has to kiss the earth, his family, and the internet goodbye. Is it worth trading in everything he knows for something different, or is his bride-to-be hiding secrets about the truth of life at court? Not exactly. One of the things I like about this series is that it's a isekai, of course, but it's not a European-style isekai with the fantasy and stuff. It's a... what's the term I'm looking for? It's more of a Middle Eastern isekai. Like the country that Zenjiro ends up in kind of resembles where the Taj Mahal is. That entire atmosphere. So already it has a unique setting. It's not the typical isekai world. 2, after he gets that initial summoning by the queen, he lets him go back to, like, take care of everything before he comes back permanently. So, like, she gives him time to get all his stuff together, get any money, settle things with people and friends and family and whatever. He literally quits his job because of this situation, and then you could argue it's so that nobody has to worry. And trust me, this is a fun series. Because Zenjiro, with the fact that he brings stuff with him to that world, introduces them to our technology, and yet somehow it works in their world. Like I said before, though, this one was announced for an anime, and we haven't had any announcements. No trailers, no teasers. We don't even know if it's happening anymore. That's why it's fair game for this video.
Now you feel like number one, shining bright for everyone.
And then the final one of this video, number 30. Before we get into number 30 of this video, like I said before, there were a few honorable mentions that almost made the video, but I really wanted to narrow it to 10. Ruri Dragon, like I said before, but that one got announced, and I think it's more likely than Sponger Life. Greatest Estate Developer. Yes, I am aware of that series. Someone else told me about Estate Developer. If it gets the level of treatment that Solo Leveling does, then I think we're good. Otherwise, I don't see Estate Developer getting a good anime. Sorry, guys. I almost had Doombreaker on here as well, but it's the same case. It needs like a good studio to do it. And then there was one other, what was that other one I was thinking of? No. It already got announced for an anime. And I was surprised too. It was Easygoing Territory. Whatever that one's called. So those almost made the video, but they didn't. They're just here. Honorable mentions. Number 30 of this list is Centuria. And yes, I know what you're all thinking. Joey, why is that on the list? You're reading it right now on your channel. And the answer is, it's not animated. It's still a manga. There's a chance for it to get animated. I want to talk about it. Sold into slavery by his own mother, Julian has known nothing but pain and brutality. All that changes when aboard a slave ship he experiences the kindness and tender touch of a loving person for the first time. But fate has plans for Julian in the bloody awakening of an ancient god who strikes a cruel bargain, an innocent life in exchange for extraordinary powers, abilities he must use to protect a helpless baby in a cruel and violent world. Caught as a stowaway aboard a slave ship, Julian narrowly escapes death by the kindness of fellow slaves who take pity on him, especially a pregnant slave by the name of Mira. But when the slaver decides to liquidate his holdings, the bloodbath calls forth an ancient god from the sea. A deal is made at the cost of a life, and Julian is forever changed, gaining fantastic powers. But even with his new abilities, monsters at sea and on land pose a threat in this dark and dangerous world. Yeah, I probably didn't have to read both of those. I could have probably just read one of them. I think the one you'll see on screen will be only one of those 2 paragraphs. But yeah, I wanted Centuria in this video because I'm already reading it. I think it's awesome. It'll definitely keep coming to the channel. I can promise you that. And I think it would do good for an anime. I think so. It'll definitely be a dark first episode, I can tell you that much. It'll probably get the Oshinoko treatment. It'll be like a 45-minute first episode, just to get all of that setup out of the way. Well, you never know. I'm putting it here also because I don't see many other people talking about it or reading it. I'm surprised. I'd be hard-pressed to find a lot of people that know about this one. Whenever I see a person mention Centuria anywhere, I'm shocked. I'm like, wow, people know of this one.
Now you feel like number one, shining bright for everyone.
So there you have it, folks. Another 10 manga/light novels that should get an anime adaptation. The full list should be on your screen right now. If you agree with any of these choices, comment down below. If you don't, once again, comment below. I've dealt with worse people when it came to these videos. And, well, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you liked it. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the video with a friend. Make sure you join the Patreon. Check out all the stuff that's over there, especially the live movie reactions. You have to become a member so you get notified when I go live for the movies. Those will be coming back as well. Pretty sure the next movie on my list is the Yogi Bear movie. Or is it Back to the Future? I don't remember. Either way, it'll be a fun time. And also, keep your notifications on, because as always, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.